is development, and the fourth is navigation. The structure is very aesthetically pleasing, which is why the Fuling people call it the Shanghai Outer Banks.
This is what New Fuling looked like in 2005. A bustling metropolitan center almost twice the size of Seattle. The rebuilt city now overlooks the man-made wall protecting it. Sadly, the wall could not save a national treasure that once laid upon the city's banks. During periods of drought, the waters of the Yangtze receded low enough to reveal an extraordinary sight. This rare archival footage of White Crane Ridge documents a bar of sandstone covered with stylized carvings of fish. The eyes of the fish mark low tide. They were first carved in the 8th century. Additional inscriptions provide a detailed record of times of drought, a clue to whims of ancient climate. They span 1,000 years. White Crane Ridge will never be seen again. Even at low tide, it's under 20 feet of water. It has been lost forever. The city of Fuling mourns the loss of its unique cultural heritage. But at the same time, it is glad that most of the city itself has been saved by the flood. Despite successes, many believe that the loss of cultural relics will affect tourism in the area, and that the dam will so change the landscape that tourists who numbered nearly 1 million in 2004 will stop coming. This is iconic rural China, filled with sites as uniquely Chinese as the Great Wall or the Forbidden City in Beijing. Huan Ping, who has sailed the Yangtze most of his life, is upbeat.
The gorges will always be here, and we will continue to take tourists up and down this beautiful river.
Everyone hopes he's right. The Three Gorges area is one of the poorest on Earth. More than 1.3 million Americans, 2.8 million Koreans, and well over 3 million Japanese visit China every year. Locals depend on tourists for a steady flow of Japanese yen, Korean won, and American dollars. This map, selling for a few dollars, will keep a family in food for a week. Without tourism, life would be even harder.
We're moving people off their lands so that the benefits of large dams can be shipped off to cities or to large farmers, many of whom don't need it as much. The sad thing to me is that the people most in need aren't receiving these benefits. If we really care about helping poor people, there are myriad other ways of doing it that are more direct and more effective.
Yet backers of the dam believe it will save more than livelihoods. It will save lives. It started in 1994. It won't end until 2009. Around the clock, work on the world's largest dam continues. Now on the brink of completion, the Chinese have almost accomplished an engineering feat that many considered impossible.
It's like looking at the Great Pyramids. People say, how in the world did they build that?
Chinese officials recently reported that work was progressing even faster than anticipated. They are nearly a year ahead of schedule. But the building of the largest dam in the world has come at a price. Rising waters have swept away ancient villages that have existed since the beginning of time.
We're building large dams in the name of alleviating poverty. And the sad thing to me is that the people most in need aren't receiving these benefits.
The dam is going to bring us lots of benefits, but of course you have to take the good with the bad with the good. I still worry about those people who have been relocated, because I still remember their smiles.
When the Three Gorges Dam is fully operational, then a great nation will have truly built a wonder for the ages. The dam is a result of modern engineering ingenuity, combined with the ambition of a sleeping giant awakening to the future.
The Three Gorges Dam project is a really amazing engineering achievement. They've pushed the limits, they've pushed the envelope in the sheer scale. They've brought in international technology from all around the world, and they've put it together. I think they deserve a huge amount of credit.
For better or for worse, there is no turning back the clock. Too much has been invested and too much has been gambled for the project not to succeed. Ultimately, this is a story about China's future as well as its past. The Chinese people will decide how much of their 3,000-year-old history they will take with them and what they must leave behind. The dam promises prosperity and a catapulting of a great nation into the future, as well as providing protection from floods that have caused death and destruction since people first walked on the shores of the Yangtze. But this protection and prosperity come at a price. The sacrifice and loss incurred in the name of progress will reverberate from beneath the reservoir for another 3,000 years. But what is for certain is the soul and spirit of China will survive even though the Yangtze Valley has been altered forever. The river that has been called the Great Dragon, since stories have been told around village fires, has not easily been tamed. But when the dam is complete, then China will have built a technological wonder. The dam will stand as a spectacular modern monument to economic progress, as well as a solemn testament to what has been left behind, silenced forever beneath the waters.
And just to let you know that was the last episode of China's Mega Dam. Thank you for watching it here on Pearl. It was home to 24 emperors and their wives, who were selected not because they were attractive. Who was qualified to work here? What are the secrets of its construction? Inside the Forbidden City, next Friday night on Pearl. Coming up on Pearl, stay with us as Omega presents Count